3, 2, 1. It's a day you dream about. The opportunity to welcome Major League Baseball to our city will go down in history. We're going to build something that I think is going to be a real credit to Las Vegas.
Congratulations to the A's. Congratulations to Las Vegas.
The A's is one of the biggest, baseball franchises.
I think that MLB is going to be a huge success here.
This is going to be an epic ballpark, and there's going to be no better place in the United States to watch Major League Baseball.
There is going to be Major League Baseball in Las Vegas in 2028.
It's going to be the Athletics?
It is.
Play ball. Hello and welcome into Vegas Locker Room with the Channel 13 Sports crew.
Is it 2028 yet?
Can't wait.
The week in Las Vegas sports, all in one place for you. I'm Taylor Rocha. Thanks for staying up with us tonight.
And I'm Nick Walters. Let's go ahead and dive right on in.
Now it's official. The future of baseball in Vegas is being built. Literally, shovels hit the ground Monday, marking the start of a construction on the A's new ballpark.
That's right, Taylor. I was at the team ceremony earlier this week for a moment that was over 4 years in the making. This ceremony ushered in the next era of Las Vegas pro sports. A's owner John Fisher and MLB Commissioner Rob Manfred were surrounded by LVCVA President Steve Hill and local officials like Nevada Governor Joe Lombardo for the historic ceremony on the site where home plate will stand in 3 years. It's a memorable day after a long, exhaustive process getting from Oakland to Vegas.
2, 1. It's an epic moment for our 124-year-old franchise. It's an incredible amount of work and time and effort and so many people's involvement. And 3 years from now, you'll see the fruits of all of that labor when in 2028 we have opening day out here on the Las Vegas Strip.
The entire A's team are going to build Las Vegas an unbelievable, awesome, iconic ballpark.
To welcome the A's to our city will go down in history. Will be a part of our skyline. Will be a part of us for decades and decades.
We've heard history and iconic many times this week. Now, the A's already met one goal with breaking ground in the second quarter of 2025. And the next goal, they say they're maintaining, which they're on track for, which is ballpark completion by spring 2028 in time for opening day.
Now, a lot of people are excited about the A's coming to Vegas. Not everyone's sold. Plenty of skeptics are questioning whether this $1.75 billion ballpark will actually get built. From the funding to the timelines, there are doubts. So our Ryan Ketchum went straight to owner John Fisher and asked, can they really afford to make this happen?
Do you guys have enough money to build this ballpark and actually be here in Las Vegas?
Yeah, no, I mean, from the beginning we've said we had this. You don't start a project like this unless you intend to complete it.
Yeah, we're on track for April, April opener, right? The start of the Major League season in 28.
Now here's how the A's plan to pay for that $1.5 billion price tag. Now up to $380 million in public funding is already approved through state tax dollars. Then there's a $300 million loan, and the remaining $1.1 billion with the B is expected to come from the Fisher family. So the good news, the team has proved that they have the money. Bad news, it doesn't necessarily mean they'll spend it. And that's the gray area that's fueling doubt.
A lot of people here in Vegas, they're under the mindset of, I'm not going to believe it until I see it. I'm not going to believe it till the first pitch. I mean, even today they're skeptics, with the groundbreaking. What do you have to say to them and kind of the future of MLB and that this is actually going to happen?
Look, I don't understand the skeptics. I haven't for some time. I mean, John Fisher and his team at the A's completely committed to this project, to getting the A's to Las Vegas. The elected officials, beginning with the governor, have been tremendously supportive. There is going to be Major League Baseball in Las Vegas in 2028.
It's going to be the Athletics?
It is.
I was really shocked to see Rob Manfred there. I think that just adds a ton of legitimacy to this project, because if it doesn't end up happening, you don't want the commissioner of baseball being there signing off on things, and you would think that he would have to see the paperwork very point blank period for this to get underway.
Yeah, and props to Ryan for asking the hard-hitting questions. I was more fluff, excitement, sports, pennants on the ballpark. But as anyone who likes baseball or even just enjoys fun things like going out to the ball game or your town, Vegas, getting another professional sports team, which means more money for the whole community, you just really hope that this pans out and you get to see that beautiful ballpark standing there right on Tropicana and Las Vegas Boulevard in 2028. 2028 can't get here fast enough. A $1.75 billion valuation of this ballpark, 33,000 seats. From what you've been seeing with the images that all of us have, what excites you most about this ballpark and also baseball in Las Vegas?
Yeah, well, hey, it's Vegas, and when you say Vegas to people all over the world, you know, they have this incredible idea of what the Strip represents, and we're going to build something that I think is going to be a real credit to Las Vegas and to the Strip itself. But you know, the other thing is, I mean, Vegas has, as we know, an incredibly strong local market. And a key part of our success is making sure that the 2.5 million people who call Vegas home think of the A's as their team, and you know, come out to the ballpark and really celebrate the game of baseball.
MLB Commissioner Rob Manfred here. What do you think the potential of pro baseball in Las Vegas is?
Oh, I think that MLB is going to be a huge success here. You know, you look at the success of the other sports franchises that are here, the amount of tourism, the infrastructure, all the great stuff that goes on in Las Vegas. I think this is a no-miss proposition.
Hall of Fame, former A's pitcher Raleigh Fingers with me. What do you think of Vegas as a new home for this franchise?
Well, I think it's going to be great. Anytime a city gets a major league team, I don't care what city it is, they usually take it in, and great for families. Kids, little leaguers that are playing baseball, they're going to latch onto a hero and they're going to want to come out to the ballpark. So baseball does that with you.
Now let's go ahead and talk about actual baseball here for a moment. Here's a look at where the A's stand in the American League West. Now the standings may not turn heads, but the future just might.
The Athletics are still a few years from lighting up the Strip, but if you're paying attention to this team, you can already see the spark. Their next chapter is starting to take shape, and when they land in Las Vegas, this young core will be the headliners.
Best in the big leagues as far as rookies go.
Rookies Jacob Wilson and Nick Kurtz are turning heads.
No spotlight too bright. Nick Kurtz has put the offense on his back once again.
Wilson with a .350 batting average and elite contact.
Jay Willie doing damage.
And Kurtz already making history as the youngest player ever with 2 walk-off homers in a single series.
You got guys in this lineup that can hurt you.
Brent Rooker and former top prospect Tyler Soderstrom are on pace for 30 homer season.
And it's a grand slam for Tyler Soderstrom.
And outfielder Lawrence Butler is catching fire after a slow start.
Sky's the limit for the whole organization.
Both Butler and Rooker signed long-term extensions this offseason, clear signs they'll be a part of the plan when the team officially moves to Vegas.
Grand slam number 1 in the career for Lawrence Butler.
It's not a finished product, but the offense ranks top 10 in average and home runs, and they've played some of their best baseball away from their temporary home in West Sacramento.
Denzel says, nay, nay, give me that back. Right now what I'd like to do is bring up the heartbeat to our game. The game starts with these little boys and girls. This is where dreams start to form. This is where the reality of dreams will be realized right behind us here.
A few lucky kids got more than just a photo op at Monday's groundbreaking. They got the mic. The A's gave young athletes a chance to speak, highlighting the next generation right here in Las Vegas.
I want to take a moment to tell the A's organization how much I appreciate their support of Little League in Nevada as well as our team last summer. The A's helped with some of the expenses for our families to travel with us to Williamsport, Pennsylvania. Thank you. Baseball in this city continues to grow. I can't wait for the A's to come to Las Vegas and become part of this community. Thank you for inviting me to come to this groundbreaking ceremony. One day with hard work, I hope to be back in this location playing in this stadium.
Now towards the end of the ceremony, before the shovels hit the dirt, these kids led us through the 7th inning stretch with Take Me Out to the Ball Game.
Enjoy some of their rendition.
Cue the music.
right, this is the time of the show where we get a nice little stretch in, Nick. Take me
right.
out to the ball game, but you might want to skip the peanuts and Cracker Jacks next time. I'm headed to Las Vegas Ballpark for a look at the game day grub the Aviators are serving up this season.
And a Vegas Golden Knights forward has signed a contract extension, keeping him here in Vegas for another year. That and more after the break.
The Athletics AAA affiliate, the Las Vegas Aviators, returned home as division champs this week, clinching a playoff spot, the first team in AAA to do so. And for fans headed to Las Vegas Ballpark, there's a new lineup off the field, too.
Oh my God. We're selling the item that we know you're going to come to the ballpark to get, and we're like, let's elevate it.
At Las Vegas Ballpark, we're starting with dessert because why not? Made right here in Summerlin by Rolling in Dough.
Why was it so important to work with a local business to source some of these cookies, some of these fun treats here?
We have to showcase Vegas, right? That's what it's all about.
Even the beer is local. The Ballpark's signature blonde ale is brewed in town and designed to be a light, easy sip.
You know what I call those, Antonio? A porch pounder.
A porch pounder, yes.
A porch pounder.
And we got a first look at some of the new craft cocktails, including the heater with cucumber and watermelon tequila, the salty banana made with spiced rum, and a mocktail for your designated driver.
Our closer.
Perfect. And usually this would have Tito's in it.
Yes.
So for all of our vodka drinkers, honest taste test here. Oh, 10 out of 10.
Elote in mini helmets, tossed with mayo and cotija cheese.
And for a little upcharge, you can top it off with crushed Cheetos, flaming hot Cheetos.
Oh my gosh, how fun is that?
Yeah.
The Philly dog, stacked with beef, peppers, onions, and a pour of nacho cheese. But for this one, I had to call for backup.
So Robert, I have a dairy and a gluten allergy. I have called you in from the bullpen to go ahead and take a bite. That's a good sized bite. Wow.
Oh, this is really good.
He's gonna take that behind the camera.
Forget peanuts and Cracker Jack, these ballpark bites are in a league of their own.
It's different.
Yeah.
We're the only minor league ballpark that do a lot of in-house things. Like, we make it from scratch.
Okay, so these are the items that I can eat.
The flavors go international with a lineup of chicken, pork, and beef bowls that bring some serious heat.
Even a lemon wedge. Like, I would never think a lemon wedge
Yes.
at the ballpark, but you guys are really classing it up here. I gotta get a good bite. So good at clap.
And it's all been months in the making.
Thank you so much, Antonio.
Oh my, it was a pleasure.
I'm so excited for all of our viewers to be able to try this delicious food.
Please come out
Dinner and a show.
enjoy. Yes.
First of all, Taylor, great job on the package right
Thanks,
there.
Nick.
But I loved the cameo of our now former sports photographer, Robert Noble. I'm sure he enjoyed the food as well. And I know I'm hungry now.
Yeah, I skipped lunch and I'm really hungry after looking at that. But I don't know who put the allergy girly on this story, but hey, I'll take it. Anytime to be at the ballpark.
Yeah, I told
you know
Taylor
me.
that Food Network's got to look out because this could be the next rising star.
Watch
the Guy
out.
Fieri here, you know.
Watch out. Your girl can cook too. Like, I get crafty in the kitchen.
Let's get the camera in this apartment over here. Get in the kitchen. Here we go. But yeah, great job with that right there. Well, look, it's no secret that every team wants to win, but it's also important to make an impact outside of the game as well. Sports reporter Alex Eshelman tells us more about one of the Las Vegas Aces' favorite nights of the whole year.
Over the last 3 years, female trailblazers like Billie Jean King and Christy Yamaguchi have come to the Las Vegas Aces Title IX award ceremony, and this year the 4th annual 9 Awards is no different. I caught up with some of the near 300 attendees and honorees about what Title IX means to them. What does Title IX mean to you?
Title IX has been my whole life. Like, every single door I've ever wanted to walk through has been open for me because of Title IX. And now these young girls see, you know, people chasing their dreams, and that's all possible.
What the Aces are doing here is tremendous, and I think it's important to celebrate kind of where we are and where we still want to be, and support your local teams, whether it be coming to the stadium, watching on TV, investing in them.
It's the reason we're all here. Opportunity would be the word that stands out to me the most. I'm just grateful that Mark Davis really emphasizes the fact that, yes, there's the Raiders and you have this football team and this amazing football stadium, but then you have the Las Vegas Aces and women, and the fact that there's a lot of money and attention that goes to this, it feels first class.
Women can do anything. You know, any challenge doesn't seem too far. from us, and I learned it from my mom. She's been through everything. She's always achieved it some kind of way, and allowed us to not just bring her to the top, but everyone else around her.
I think representation matters for younger kids that look at something like this and see somebody that looks like them achieving their dream, but also to be appreciative of the people that's come before me.
There is no WNBA without it. We're standing on the shoulders of many men and women who fought for us to be able to do what we're able to do today.
Now, in addition to celebrating Title IX, the Las Vegas Aces take a portion of the proceeds here at the 9 Awards and put them towards the Inspiring Children Foundation, as well as local charities that support women and girls in sports. Reporting from Allegiant Stadium for Channel 13 Sports, I'm Alex Eshelman.
What an awesome evening right there. Now, the WNBA just experienced a boost in value. The 13 franchises in the league are now collectively worth $3.5 billion with a B, according to Sportico. That's an overall 180% hike compared to 2024. Although it's the newest team in the league, the Golden State Valkyries is the WNBA's most valuable team, worth $500 million. The New York Liberty is in the runner-up spot at $420 million. And the Indiana Fever, with superstar Caitlin Clark at point guard, came in third at $335 million.
These numbers have players talking and the league's player association pushing for a new collective bargaining agreement. At the Aces 9 Awards, a few of Vegas' stars open up about why the W opted out of their current deal, which was originally set to run through 2027.
We're not talking about like getting paid the same like the men, or just want the revenue share, and obviously you can go into different nuances, salaries, care for mothers, like there's all these different nuances, but we just want the opportunity to play under a CBA that shows the growth that we've created this far.
I think anytime that there's opportunity for change, it allows us to reset. It allows us to look at how we can grow the game. It allows us to have different voices at the table. And I think it's important for us to always take a step back, if you will, and kind of survey the lay of the land and see how we can be better.
Along with the Aces being a reason behind the WNBA reaching new heights, so is Fever point guard Caitlin Clark.
That's right, Taylor. The Aces matchup against Caitlin Clark in the Indiana Fever on Sunday was the third most watched WNBA regular season game ever on ESPN. 1.7 million average viewers tune into the game, and league coverage this year is up 14% across ESPN from last season. And Taylor, that was a crazy sight with how many people were at T-Mobile the other night.
It really was. There were people selling Caitlin Clark jerseys. I mean, the phenomenon has really caught up. But still ahead, Aces star Chelsea Gray shares what Pride Month means to her family and the lessons she hopes her son learned growing up around women's basketball. A powerful conversation. That's next.
And the Vegas Golden Knights signed an original misfit to a contract extension this week. That and much more when we get back. Stay with us.
June is Pride Month, and the Aces are embracing what that means on and off the court. I sat down with Chelsea Gray to share what pride, family, and women's basketball means through the eyes of her one-year-old son, Lennox.
It gives you a different perspective after a game or after hard practice. You come home and he's just ready to play, and so you're not even thinking about that. You're just thinking about being in that moment with him.
What is the biggest thing that you want Lennox to learn about supporting women's basketball?
You can be anything you want it to be. I always had heard, don't put me in a box, and you can reach outside of that. I want him to understand what equality looks like, feels like, and it's all about being raised by two moms. He's embraced that from the time that he was born, and so he knows no different. I just love that part of it, and he can be great at anything.
The Aces back in action tomorrow, taking on the Phoenix Mercury. You can watch the game on this spot, Vegas 34.
Well, good news for Vegas Golden Knights fans. Riley Smith is staying in Vegas. The original misfit, who was reacquired last season, signed a one-year contract extension worth $2 million. The deal means the winger can finally open up some boxes he packed 2 years ago after winning the Cup and being traded to Pittsburgh.
I now have these boxes that haven't been opened from the time that I left, and they've gone to Pittsburgh and New York, now back to Las Vegas, and I don't even know what's in them anymore. I'm a little bit scared to open them, because then if I open them, then I'll probably, I don't want to have to box them back up and keep traveling.
Well, Taylor, I'm very happy for Riley that he can finally open some of those boxes. I'm sure there's quite a bit of dust on him at this point, but those boxes have really traveled the country.
They really have. The fact that he hasn't opened them takes a little bit of willpower. It's going to be like Christmas morning for him.
Yeah, but it was a busy week of news for the Vegas Golden Knights as we inch closer to that July 1st free agency date when things really get rolling. But so far, we know that Riley Smith is staying in Vegas, and Brandon Saad, another forward on the team that was acquired last season, that he looks like he is also going to be back for another year.
I think with these returning vets, the biggest thing is just laying that strong foundation, and to see that early on here in the offseason is huge.
Yeah, so we're still at 4 original Misfits still with the team. Congratulations to Riley and his family. He's big in the Vegas community. Now coming up, a health update on a local Little Leaguer who's been fighting cancer. Stay with us.
We've got some good news to end our show tonight.
That's right, Taylor. We are happy to report 10-year-old Henderson youth baseball player Colston Delk has beat cancer. Colston Delk started his battle with cancer at 9 years old, but after 5 rounds of chemotherapy, 20 surgeries, 2 bone marrow transplants, 13 sessions of radiation, and 4 rounds of immunotherapy, he's officially cancer-free. Colston said from the start, the love and support in the hospital was a game changer for him.
The doctor said when I was in there was more people in my room in one day than there was in the whole entire floor in a month.
So you have a lot of love and support. Yeah. That must make you feel good.
Yeah, there are a ton of people.
Colston is now spending his summer enjoying Major League Baseball until he can get back to full strength to play baseball again. And I was lucky enough to actually meet Colston last year when I was doing a story in Paseo Verde. What an awesome kid. So happy to see that he beat cancer.
Congratulations, buddy. You're a strong kid. Well, thanks for joining us. We'll see you next week.